Hey, I hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to talk about the events of Boruto chapter 46 and what they could mean going forward. What I mostly want to talk about is the Otsutsuki's clan's weakness or possible weakness and the possibility of us getting Sage Mode Kashin Koji within the next chapter. So, after rereading chapter 46 of Boruto and looking at some key scenes again, and getting to the last page where we get those final lines where Amado says, "I'll teach you how to kill an Otsutsuki," I started thinking about what their weakness could possibly be, and I think we've already been hinted at what it could be when you look back at the chapter and what we've seen in the Boruto anime so far. So, I wanted to talk about what I think the Otsutsuki clan's weaknesses are and how this may lead to Sage Mode, but before that, we probably have to go back and look at a few things. So, based on what I've seen from the anime and the manga, I think their weakness is natural and nature energy like Sage Mode. So, in chapter 46, we saw Kashin Koji summon fire from the Flaming Mountain, which managed to burn Ishiki because he was unable to absorb it due to it not being made out of chakra, which lets us know that karma can't absorb natural energy that isn't man-made. And we've already seen this and knew this from the multiple examples that we've seen with the fight with Momoshiki. But just for an example, a water dragon jutsu wouldn't work on Momoshiki or Ishiki unless it was made out of actual water that they used. So chakra-based jutsu isn't gonna work on anybody who can use the karma. The Chidori, for example, wouldn't affect him either. But I believe a jutsu like Sasuke's Kirin, on the other hand, would work because Sasuke only uses his lightning that he creates from his chakra as a base, and the power is amplified with actual lightning in the sky. So them using natural or nature energy may be key to them stopping or at least attacking the Otsutsuki. I think once Naruto and Sasuke realize this, or Amado tells them, they'll be able to plan for it. But now let's talk more about Sage Mode and how this may possibly play a role in the upcoming chapters. So Sage Mode has been highly underutilized in the Boruto series so far. We've seen Naruto use it in a fight. Recently he used it in the fight with Jigen to sense his presence when he shrinked himself, but not really to attack him, so we can't really confirm if this works. But I have a theory based on some other things that we've seen in the anime as to why this may. So just a quick summary, Sage Mode is what happens when you combine nature or natural energy with your own, creating Senjutsu Sage Mode, which allows users to tap into natural energy and sense things that are around them and part of the world. We've seen Naruto, Hashirama Senju, Kabuto, and even Mitsuki use Sage Mode. We've also seen Jugo use nature energy to an extent by allowing, or I guess his Kekkei Genkai allows him to absorb nature energy naturally. But Jugo aside, what I really want to talk about is Mitsuki and his Sage Mode and how it relates to the Otsutsuki's weakness. We've seen Mitsuki use Sage Mode in episode 39, when we got his flashback, and in episode 62 when he went after Momoshiki. But before Mitsuki could even try attacking Momoshiki with his Sage Mode chakra, Urashiki blindsided him and attacked them and stole his chakra and says, "I've never seen chakra used like that." And he also says, "That's dangerous, I will not let you use it." Which to me sounds like he's worried about it possibly stopping him. And after that he says, our techniques don't possess this kind of power. Which to me translates to the Otsutsuki can't use Sage Mode, and they don't know about it. And this is some major stuff when you think about it, because since they can't combat Sage Mode chakra by absorbing it, because it has nature energy, this could be the key to defeating them, or at least stopping them, and with Urashiki gone, they have no way of knowing about it. And if Amado knew this, and created Kashin Koji, who seems to be based on Jiraiya with this in mind, then in the next chapter, we could see Kashin Koji use Sage Mode. I also think it would be interesting if he just activated Sage Mode during their fight with Naruto and Sasuke watching. I think that'll be all the confirmation we need to know that this guy is fully based on Jiraiya. It doesn't have to be Jiraiya. I don't think it's Jiraiya. I think he's just an android based on Jiraiya, or I guess a cyborg based on Jiraiya. But Naruto is gonna think, wait, this guy fights like Jiraiya and now he has Sage Mode. This could be major in the next chapter. I think it's also worth mentioning that if Sage Mode and nature energy is a possible weakness, we may see the return of characters who have not been used in Boruto or haven't played a major role yet, like Kabuto or Jugo. We may also see Mitsuki take a more active role, if he finds out that it's its weakness, and if Orochimaru created Mitsuki and his brother with this in mind. And if that's true and we can get to see other characters, if Sage Mode is the weakness and we get more characters using it, I think that'll make Boruto more interesting, because suddenly he doesn't become the second most relied on character. We could have other people who have access to Sage Mode, or even Taijutsu, because we know that is obviously going to work on the Otsutsuki since they can't absorb physical attacks. We can see people like Rock Lee or maybe Kabuto return and fight the Otsutsuki. I'd also like to see Boruto train in Ryuchi Cave, since he did pass the test required to learn Senjutsu. I know he instead decided to access Sage information about Mitsuki during that arc, but maybe since he's already passed the test and he's gone through Ryuchi Cave and met the Great White Sage, maybe he just has to re-enter and they'll allow him to train there. I could also see this not happening just for the sake of them not giving Boruto and Mitsuki the same power up, because if they both have the same exact Sage Mode, it kind of becomes less interesting. Not to mention the fact that Boruto is already destined to have the Jogan under his control and the Karma. And if you gave him Sage Mode too, that would kind of take away from Mitsuki's uniqueness. It would kind of be the equivalent of Sasuke giving Boruto his lost eyes. That aside, let me know what you thought of this theory in the comment section below. Let me know what you're expecting for the next chapter. Leave me your predictions. Be sure to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, and bye.